Ladies and gentlemen, I thank the opportunity to be here. I'll grab a quote from Edmund Burke. All that is necessary for the triumph of evil is for good people to do nothing. It is a pleasure this morning to be with you doing something to correct a serious wrong. The serious wrong was placing the MEC on the list. That serious wrong continues by keeping them on the list. Keeping them on the list does not support security and liberty throughout the world. It supports the repressive Iranian fundamentalist regime. The MEC, they turned over their weapons. They accepted consolidation at Camp Ashraf. They renounced terrorism, even though they were not terrorists. They renounced it as I would renounce it, and they accepted the protected person status. Unlike State Department employees who visit Ashraf for a few hours and then walk away self-proclaiming to be experts, the Mojahedin and I have worked very closely together, and we have learned a lot from each other. There is a bunch of rumors going around by the Iranian government-friendly media and State Department employees, which I have been going head-to-head with, I would like to address here. First, the denial of access to the compounds is being claimed. While at Ashraf, I was able to and did go into every compound, and even without notice, and just go in. The only group that has ever been denied access to Ashraf is the U.S. Congressman this year who wanted to go, and Maliki personally refused. The rumor is the people of Ashraf are being held against their will. Just like before we stood up here today, I took the opportunity to walk through the crowd and meet with many of you. That was always done at Ashraf in the shaking of hands. If anybody wished to leave, all they had to do was keep hold of my hand and they could walk out with me. Yet, every member of Camp Ashraf stayed because that's where their mission was. They were very loyal to it. They were not being held against their will. The rumor is being spread, the MEC has no influence in Iran. If that is true, then why is Khomeini and Ahmadinejad spending so much effort trying to keep the MEC on the list and trying to get Maliki to give them the MEC? Already, the seniors of the CIA and the FBI has clearly stated there is no critical, good information, and yet the State Department clings to it. Now, I have yet to figure out why the MEC is being placed and left on the terrorist list when Muqtada Sadr and his Mahdi army is not on that terrorist list. Hundreds of Americans, to include two of my own, were killed by Mahdi army, and yet the bureaucrats of this establishment can't get it through to them that they are terrorists and Muqtada Sadr is not a friend of the United States. When our founding fathers built the Constitution, they put the legislative branch of government first because that represented the will of people. The executive came second to carry out that will. State Department wasn't even mentioned in the Constitution. And the judicial branch was stated third to ensure justice was done. Yet, the State Department has ignored the Congress. Recently, at congressional hearings, they were too busy to even send a representative. And they are now 6 months overdue in complying with the judicial branch. It's like they become a law upon themselves. And we've yet to see the State Department aggressively condemn the attacks of 2009 and 2011. If you want to see who the terrorists are, watch the videos. They're the ones wearing Iraqi army uniforms, killing innocent, unarmed people. We have 3 actions for solution. 1, let's get the MEC off the terrorist list. They never should have been there in the first place. 2, let's have the MEC secured by U.S. forces, and I am willing to put a uniform back on and go back over there and lead those forces. And let's move the Mujahideen out of Iraq to a secure location. To my friends at Camp Ashraf, I close with this message. We were together in the last decade. We will be together in this decade. We will be together always. Thank you.